Comedy Crew, Blind Way back. I'm Aaron.
I'm Melanie.
And I am the fastest man alive.
I'm Aaron. I'm pretty sure he got beat, right?
No. He became the Black Racer, like Death Flash, alright?
We don't know that yet.
He's better than Death in life. He's in the Speed Force with Time Race.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I don't have the red yet.
Oh, okay. So you're just you.
Yeah. I'm Zoom.
I'm just you.
Well, cool.
See, watch. Black eyes. You'll see later.
Alrighty. So, do we talk about Arrow or do we talk about Flash?
We should talk about Arrow because this is Arrow's 100th episode. I don't think it was an accident that pretty much just Team Arrow was taken.
Yeah.
So it'll probably be like an Arrow episode within the context of a crossover.
Yeah. It was Team Arrow and then people of Legends that were from Team Arrow.
Yeah. What you're saying?
Calvin! Be quiet! Shh! Last time on the crossover, we all saw it because it's awesome. Last time on Arrow, it doesn't really matter. We did have a poll, which we can look over real quick because that's what we do. Does the new Vigilante and Prometheus connect in any way?
Connections!
The results are...
Yes or no, right?
17% say, which was Aaron's, yes.
I knew it!
82% said no.
I knew it.
82%. Look, if that was a pie, that would be my piece.
Hopefully it's not pumpkin. What? Who takes that big of a piece of pie?
It's my piece!
Okay.
It's green, so it's apple.
What color is my pie?
Cherry.
Good with that.
The dead man says, I think that Adrian is the vigilante, but he can't also be Prometheus.
No.
Christopher Will says, I guess you could say that they might be connected by Oliver's actions, one being the result of when he went too far, and one being the result of him not going far enough. What are some other ones, Aaron?
I don't know. I'm not reading the phone.
Robert Jameson. I should wear my glasses. Robert Jamieson said, I think Prometheus might be someone we've never seen, but is a relative or someone the Hood killed in season 1.
It's Ragman's daddy.
DeLorean says, calling it now, Prometheus is Artemis's father. And Nathaniel says, true, I feel like bringing back old characters is sometimes nicer than just having new characters. That might have been a reply to somebody. I'm just going these willy-nilly. There's a lot. There's like over 25 comments.
Wow.
Ryan O'Malley, we'll finish out with him because he's the smartest. He said, I don't think they're connected. Also, I thought it was Sportsmaster when he first showed up.
Sportsmaster?
Yeah, different DC hero.
I don't know that
Now,
guy.
a lot of people were thinking, I know in the early in the season, a lot of people were saying they thought that Wild Dog would end up being Sportsmaster, but he was Wild Dog. Because we didn't know that Wild Dog was an actual DC character.
No.
And we got that
I didn't get a
#1
comic.
comic.
Huh.
Sarah!
I didn't.
Again.
Yeah. Anyway, other than that, I said we'll just get started with this. I'm excited because I want to see a bunch of old faces. Usually with these kind of like big episodes, 100, 200 or whatever, they kind of bring back old characters to talk. So, and there's aliens. Button. Hey, it's on Arrow.
Drink.
It will wake you up though.
I'll be as fast as Zoom. Watch this. They're dead!
That's my job!
Oh.
The mansion!
Oh, how was your run?
You know how it was. I told you about it in the shower.
Who?
How could I forget?
Will you marry me?
I wish aliens came.
Wait.
That question.
Wait, what's this?
What?
Hallucination!
Wait, what?
Alien hallucination. It's a
I called it.
He's Scorpion.
Get
Or
over
Mortal
here.
Kombat, they did that. It came out.
Ooh, did you see that? Whoa, did you see all those arrow
Put your hood down.
Did you see all the arrow logos?
I did not.
They changed each of the arrowheads.
Can we go back and look at it? I'll edit it.
You want to?
Yeah. I looked over at you and I saw your
Yeah,
glasses peeking out under a hood.
Watch the logo. Arrow.
All the seasons.
Isn't that cool?
Oh.
I didn't realize there was a difference between last season and this one.
What's going on here?
Oh.
More?
Wait.
And Robert.
I haven't seen him in so long.
Whoa.
Wow.
Good catch.
Isn't that the same maid they had in season 1?
I don't even.
Dad, I wanna make my own name. I don't just want to rely on yours. Get away from him.
You want a piece of this?
Who is it?
What?
Diggle?
Good job, Aaron.
Quite the hero, son.
Wow.
Ooh, the worst of the worst memories.
Are you okay?
I miss Katie Cassidy.
Oh.
Oh, don't show me that. I'm not ready.
Did you see what said James Bamford directed?
Extraterrestrial technology.
We love Bam.
I feel like Elliot and E.T. It's working, it's working.
You check Guy Fawkes movies, huh?
Yeah.
Real original.
You getting cold feet? No, not at all, I promise. Good, because I would hate to have to shoot you for breaking my girl's heart, right? Paperwork would be hell.
He's so happy.
Shaken up by the whole money.
He's not drunk.
Maybe I thought, well, you know, I got just a thing to fix that. A few drinks at your rehearsal dinner. I'm fine. Come on.
What are you saying?
Yes.
Merlin. That's
Merlin?
what they said? Merlin Industries?
Huh.
Smoke Industries.
Yeah.
Tommy.
Palmer Tech.
Yeah.
And Queen Consolidated. They can't all exist.
They do. His little's dead.
What the hell? Hi. We have an unauthorized
Who's the arrow then?
entry.
Merlin? Tommy? Whoa.
Tall. Diggle!
Ugh.
His son became Green Arrow. Come on, Diggle, dig for it. Oh, you getting married?
You've got everything. Everything, man. Stop trying to throw it all away.
Huh.
This is like Flashpoint for Arrow, isn't
Yeah,
it?
right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, there's Flash.
Yep.
It's so cool Felicity reached out. It's awesome to meet you.
Yeah.
Wait till you meet her.
Oh,
Hey, everyone.
She's so happy.
Oh, I've had enough of this. The moment he showed up, meta start appearing everywhere. Now you show up and we get aliens. Superpowers are evil, man.
It's not exactly how it
Vice
works.
And I don't want anything to do with them. Or with either of you.
Okay.
Let him learn. Let him learn. He's always learned.
All right.
hard
He's a young, hard man from the streets. All right. He's playing out the injustice side.
Oh! You might need help from these superheroes.
What?
Ooh.
Who's that?
Oh, she looks cool. That's Laura Washington.
Okay.
I love you, Mom.
I want this all to be real.
I know. I'm so sad.
Okay, we're gonna wrinkle the dress. No, I really don't care.
Fucking Slade Wilson.
Yeah?
They do have beautiful
Lucky I'm not
things.
trying to assassin or anything.
You're lucky I'm not an assassin or anything.
And then the music plays.
That's funny.
They are gonna push back against whatever we do.
Push back. Like how?
Oh, shit!
Oh.
What?
Damn it, Eric!
Deathstroke!
I hope they take off his mask.
That's not Mandu right there.
Yeah, I
I can
don't-
tell that. That's not how Christmas fights. He's much more like tight in his movements, you know? Sarah!
Whoa!
Sarah's still a badass!
It's kind of like White Canary-ish.
Whoa! Took him out!
Oh!
This is kind of like Arrow Flash. What?
Oh, that is cool.
Look at the girl. Look at her! Look at the music. See on the music? They tapped in!
It's like your turn.
She's like, I don't even care!
Give Wild Dog a chance.
Ooh, that's cool.
Right?
There's the regulator. She seems pretty attached to it.
Maybe just remove it.
But if superpowers are a thing, it's good there are guys like you to help the world. You know, the green guy would have kicked my ass if I talked to him like that.
Oh, man. They said Tommy was in Chicago? In The Doctor? Isn't he in a show right now called Chicago Med?
Is that what he's in?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And
Man, I can't stand him getting emotional.
just take him with you.
we finally have a chance to be happy. And why can't you just for a second accept that maybe this is your reward for all of the sacrifices you have made?
I didn't make those sacrifices for a reward, Thea. I did what I did because I thought it was right. And seeing all of this is just, it has shown me that there is still so much more to do. So please, I'm begging you to come with me because I cannot do it alone.
I can't lose them again. I can't lose my family.
Okay. Okay. All right. I want you to be well. I want you to be happy. I love you, Thea.
Oh! What? The Dark Archer. What?
Oh.
Deathstroke, Hive, Mercurial, Damon Dark.
Thea?
All right, Speedy.
I can't lose my family again.
In the rain.
Fortunately, this is going to be a little less
Sarah gets the
satisfying for me than
Damon Dark.
101.
Oh, and then Ray's fiance died during the Mirakuru thing, huh? This is all like they're like bigger enemies. Oh!
Get to hide in a fake place. Oh!
Dang.
Come on, Sarah. I know it's not real, but you need this. James Bamford! Yeah! Oh shit!
That was
Oh! Arrow.
In the eye?
Yeah!
Oh.
Yes. So making me emotional. I missed the. Oh, fuck, man.
Oh, no, whatever it is, we can fix it. Look, we can't.
You always deserve better.
Please.
I love you.
I love you. Don't go.
Having to say goodbye to her again.
I know I called you a murderer, but you are not. You are a hero.
You saved my life. You gave me purpose. This time we had to save you.
I know who you are in your bones, Oliver, and that person doesn't give up.
This is your responsibility now.
Best episode of Arrow ever.
Yeah, I know.
Where are we?
It did not bring tissues.
Oh!
Wow.
Here's a gun. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah? Why just leave him on the wall?
Keep that. Don't be Arrow anymore. I am Laser.
Blaze.
Yeah, Thea's gonna be the one to do it.
It's like Flight of the Navigator.
A
Dude,
very, very big
Arrow
space.
is in space. Deploying TIE fighters.
Oh my.
There's too many of them. The
Wave
Rider!
Oh! This show's freaking awesome.
Wait, so is that
Wham!
is that Steel and Vixen then, or is it?
It could be.
Yeah.
We are nearing completion of the weapon.
What weapon?
I'm afraid I have no idea, but I'm tracking the Dominator mothership you escaped from. And it appears to be on a direct course for Earth.
Wow.
To be continued
Oh my
tomorrow.
Do I have mascara all over my face?
No, you don't.
That was the best episode of Arrow ever.
So good.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
Right? Too hot.
Oh,
Comment it up! I'm just exhausted.
dude, it was such a good
It
episode.
was so good. It wasn't even much of a crossover, really. The crossover
no.
was cool, but it wasn't what was cool
I
about
mean,
this.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
What was cool about this was 5 seasons of Arrow. You know?
It was so freaking emotional.
Oh yeah.
It was emotional, and it was awesome, and it was badass, and there was so much, like, we saw old friends, like, we got like Tommy in there at the end, and Roy, and why was Felicity in there?
I don't know.
Was that like Olicity?
Yeah, I know what you mean. It just, I also also during that segment there, my only complaint was that Roy looked weird.
Well,
it just like the body was like, this body's kind of good. Put this face right there.
Yeah.
We're good.
What probably happened is they had to kind of scour for footage, and then they had to comp it in and add the ghost effect. And by the time they got to all that and rescaling and everything, it's a little not sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The two things that would have made this like any better would have been if Roy could have actually somewhere, like, even if it was just really him there. But the other one would have been if Deathstroke would have taken off a mask and actually been Manu, because Manu is.
That would have been.
I love Manu.
I love when he says kid.
Yeah.
I love when he says
Seasons
brother.
1 and 2 were so good because of Manu.
At the very least, they could have got on the phone. Like, can you say kid?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather have them than not have them, right? I'd rather have Deathstroke in there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was cool having him just fighting him, and I love the way they finished him, was with the arrow through the eye.
Yeah.
I love that, but they could have, if they could have, I'd have been ecstatic.
I love that he was Arrow's worst nemesis.
Yeah.
You know? Like, not Malcolm, not Damien Dark, not Ra's al Ghul. Slade.
I love that ending too, like, cause that's kind of like, it's their nightmares. Each one.
It's their, it's their worst rival.
Thea fighting her dad. That's a big issue all the time, and then him fighting Deathstroke.
Thea and Malcolm, Deathstroke and
Sarah
Arrow.
fighting Dark because of killing Laurel.
Amazing.
That works out great.
Awesome.
And I really think if Ray's fighting the Mirakuru soldier, because that's who killed off his
fiance.
Yeah, that makes sense. And then the Hive soldiers that Diggle had to fight, his brother was Hive. That's what haunts him. It's something that haunts each one of them. Like, he could have stopped Deathstroke long ago, maybe, but he kind of fed Deathstroke into what he became, you know? And he was Oliver was the reason of what all happened. Like, a lot of the other enemies, they were going to be bad guys regardless of Oliver, I think.
Yeah.
But Deathstroke became who he was kind of because of Oliver.
Yeah. Other than having, like, Manu Bennett and Diggle's brother.
I don't even care about Diggle.
I'm just saying,
Roy.
Other than having, and Roy, let's say.
Yeah.
What else? That could not have been more perfect.
Yeah, what else could have been done?
Like, the idea that the aliens have created, okay, you went out, you have to do this, you know? And then the final boss was Laurel, you know?
Oh my gosh.
And having to say goodbye to her again.
That was horrible.
And it wasn't even just like she's dying. It's the fact that you have to deny being with her.
Yeah, I know.
That's the thing that's so crazy. And that was so hard. I can't imagine. Like, Thea wasn't even going to come.
But she did. I get it, though.
I don't know if I would have. Like, shoot, just let me die happy.
I mean, right now she doesn't even want to be Speedy at all. You know, she chose not Speedy, but she chose her real family over this fake family, which ultimately is better. But this was kind of like Flashpoint era, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like, if they went back and changed it would be changing everything that they didn't like.
Like that scene when he's saying goodbye to his parents is exactly what Barry had to do to overcome Flashpoint, right? Like, exactly. Mm-hmm. If they get back, they can't be like, how dare you, Barry? Or, you know, like, it'd be like, it's probably something like, I understand, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Oliver said that last episode. He said, if I could go back, I would do anything. And then he overcame that the very next episode.
So maybe, that'd be nice if they bring it up again the next episode.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. I'd love that tie-in with it.
I also enjoy, at least I caught this, I don't know, you know, sometimes when we're watching this, it's not perfect HD, but everything, at least inside this Flashpoint vision, was much more saturated than the rest of Arrow. Arrow is usually a little bit, I won't say dull, but less colors, you know?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
More, darker. But this one kind of like upped it, so everything, like, you know, visually it's brighter and happier, you know?
Everyone was red-faced and, like, happy and cheery,
like the Luthor Mansion, I call it, because that was the mansion from Smallville.
They use it in a lot of stuff, don't they?
In Canada, wherever they shoot this, whatever city it is, Vancouver, I think. Yep. But that was the original Luthor Mansion, and you'll see it in TV shows all the time. But inside, that place, at least in seasons 1 and 2, was more brown, and this was more red. So even there was kind of some saturation there, too.
I also really liked the outfits they chose for, like, Oliver. Like, he had, like, a zip-up leather kind of greenish tint to his jacket.
Yeah.
And then Speedy was wearing, like, a red kind of hoodie or something, like a red jacket. I just like that.
See,
Yeah, that's cool.
I thought that the arrow that saved them in the beginning was like Oliver's manifestation of who he really is. Mm-hmm. Maybe trying to like help them out of this. But it was just Diggle. That was cool too, though.
Yeah.
It was Flashpoint Diggle. So in Flashpoint Flash, Wally would be the Flash. And in Flashpoint Arrow, Diggle would be the Arrow.
Yeah. I didn't realize Wild Dog was so against like metas and superpowered people and stuff like that.
To me, it kind of makes sense because he's always worked hard for what he's got. And he talked about previously his horrible relationship with his father and how everything he had to do, it had to be him. He had to work for it. And then there's these people that were born with this stuff, and to him it's just not fair. Like, I can see that as his character. Okay. To me, it kind of made sense, although it kind of seemed out of the blue to throw it in.
Well, I definitely agree. I think that in addition to that, it's, every meta he's seen is kind of like Julian, or how Julian used to be, or whatever. I don't know what's going on there. But from Flash Julian, like, every time a meta gets powers, it always goes bad.
Yeah.
You know?
With you saying, like, you don't know why they threw it on here, this was the best time. Yeah. Because every time they see someone with any kind of powers, they're bad.
They're villains.
Whereas this is the one chance they get Flash and Supergirl to be super-powered people that are on their side. I guess I didn't expect that or really pick that up from him until this episode where he was very kind of anti.
Sometimes when you do reactions, you miss stuff or you can't pay attention to certain lines. What were they talking about at the end where they were like, you happen to notice that none of the superpower people were taken?
They were saying that they chose who they took because they were people without powers.
Yeah.
That way they couldn't really fight back. Like if they took Flash, Flash would have had powers on the ship to be able to do stuff. Or taking Supergirl. But Arrow and Sarah and all of them are just normal people.
Okay.
They thought they could probably control them if they tried to break containment.
Okay.
I think that's what they were going for there.
But they said that they were using them to study for making their weapon.
Yeah, well, to get intel is all they said. They said that the aliens said our weapon's almost ready. So, was the intel for the weapon? Was the intel for targets? Was the intel for weaknesses of opposition? Depends on what the intel would have been for. Because their scouting parties failed, right? They stopped them last episode, kind of, I guess. Although, I don't know, maybe...
One out of the 4 ships.
Yeah, they might have slowed them down. I don't know. But this was another way of gathering intel, I guess. So, I don't know what intel they gathered, but some weapon is going to be used next episode.
Well, I mean, hell, if that's only one of the 4 ships that are approaching, how many fighters do they have?
Well, was the 4 ships the drop ships?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think the 4 ships...
Well, they said one ship had crashed, right?
Yeah.
One the drop ship.
One of 4, I thought, right?
Yeah.
Because 4 landed, and 1 was the Central City one,
sure.
Which we don't know where the other 3 are. It'd be cool if, like, the other 3 are in locations on the Earth where there are other heroes who are doing the same thing and battling it out and whatnot, but we're not seeing that. And then, like, later on, like, say they have Young Justice, or say they bring in Green Lantern or any of that, we see a flashback showing them, like, yeah, we were there. You just didn't see us.
That would be cool.
Wouldn't that be kind of cool?
Yeah.
I'd like that.
I tell you what, if you went to episode 1, season 1 of Arrow, and watched it, and then watched this episode, like, the stark journey that this show has gone on, from, like, a guy on an island with a bow and arrow to a guy in space with a bow and arrow and laser gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. And, I mean, everything was just so well done. The Wave Rider coming in and saving the day makes sense.
Yeah.
I thought maybe Supergirl would come save him, but they kind of made it in this universe where she can't really, like, survive in space. Right? They said the pressure would be too...
Yeah, well, she passed out whenever she was taken into space before.
Whereas Superman...
On Earth 38.
Yeah, Superman can survive in space.
Be different on Earth 1, maybe, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
What'd you guys think of Laura Washington / Cyberwoman?
Cyber Lady, yeah. Does that tie into the aliens? Or is it just she had alien...
That was... No, well, she had a prototype of a... the regulator. So that the power wouldn't surge too much into their device. And she was taking them and implanting them into herself.
I'm just saying, like, just when they happen to need that piece of equipment, there's a supervillain that's using it. Like, that's now being bad. Like, that supervillain or whatever, she wasn't doing shit. She was just hanging out in her own lab.
Yeah.
They came in and jacked her.
Took her shit.
And took their shit.
Like, what are you doing? This is my place. Like,
yeah. This is how superheroes work. Wild dog. I just thought it was, like, I still loved it. And that shot when Flash comes in, bam!
Yeah, and then they tag out. Yeah. And then Supergirl hits, and then he...
You know what that is? That's James Bamford being able to direct Supergirl and the Flash. Yeah. That's why it's so fucking good.
Yeah. What do you think of the conversation between Diggle and Oliver in that, like, courtyard area? Like, the garden? I liked it, but it also made me dizzy. Because it was a one shot of the conversation constantly going around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like this, but I also kind of don't. But it was all one long shot of their conversation.
I liked it because, I mean, your camera movement and your editing should reflect how the characters are feeling, and they're just claustrophobic, and everything's spinning out of control. So I like it in that sense. Might have been a little better, just a little tiny bit wider and a little depth of field. Maybe we would have done it for it.
I know, like, if I just kind of, like, looked at the screen, I was like, man, it kind of will make me dizzy. But if I focused on where the camera wanted me to focus, like on Oliver, now on Diego, now on, I was okay.
Yeah.
But it was neat, but I was just like, it's a little weird.
I noticed it, which you shouldn't ever have to, like, notice a camera movement. You should just be able to experience and then go back and be like, oh, that's why I'm so happy, you know?
Yeah.
And the aliens are Jewish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. That was interesting. It makes you think, like, does that mean the Dominators have, like, scouted before and part of their language mixed in with, like, Hebrew language or something? Or
I don't know.
Maybe.
What did Egyptians speak?
Egyptian.
It's just Egyptian?
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
They're African.
Weren't they Hebrew too, or was that something?
No.
They enslaved
the Jews,
okay.
supposedly. And in Christian, Judeo-Christian mythology, they did. There's no actual archaeological evidence
proof
that the Jews were ever there, but
I just thought, like, it was like whenever they first started talking, like what was it? They were on, like, the radio, and then one thing, like, oh, they're aliens speaking Egyptian. Because it reminded me of the Mummy, the guy talking his, like,
the Magi. Yeah. I get you.
I don't know what that is.
Did you kind of feel like there was a lot of, I don't know if I should say fan service, but a lot of, like, wish fulfillment here, like in terms of the characters, but also in terms of the fans, like, you know, comic book fans. Arrow, the Green Arrow, and Black Canary as a couple is, like, one of the greatest relationships in comic books. You know, do you feel like this is not necessarily an apology, but like, hey, here you go, here's a little bit of that. I know that we haven't gone that way. I know she's dead as shit.
Yeah.
But here you go. But Black Siren's still out. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I still have hope that maybe
they never told them that, too.
They could do something.
Like, this would be a bad time to bring that up. Like, Barry's in trouble with all this shit, and he's, oh, by the way, we got a Laurel. Sarah's like, what? Ray talking about universal design. It's really fun to read, because you don't really think about it. Like, if you go up to a door and the handle is horizontal, you automatically have the urge to push it. But if it's vertical, you have the urge to pull it. It's like everybody in almost every culture has that kind of urge. This universal design. It's kind of an interesting thing. Because if you ever... There's been doors where I go up and I try to push it, but it's a pull. And I try to, like, oh, I'm a fucking idiot. It says it right here. But it's a horizontal bar, you know?
Really?
So it's their fault.
Oh, is it?
Technically, it's bad design.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Although he was wrong in this one, though.
He was wrong.
He's like, hey, universal thing is it goes this way.
Well, universal design would only work for, like, interspecies. You know, like, humans have evolved to react a certain way to the world. You know, that's like when we see a sunset. It's like, you know, usually you see a sunset and it's beautiful because you're in a nice climate. You know, you're not gonna die. You're not gonna freeze to death. You know, when you see like a beautiful flower or trees and you see green, you get happy because you're designed that way. You know, or you evolved that way, right? Green. But that wouldn't really work with an alien species because they probably would have evolved a completely different way, even though they happen to be humanoid in shape.
Yeah. Getting that good look on them, like, they look really good.
They look good.
Like, yesterday when I was doing the edit, like, I went and I was like, what do these look like in the comics?
The Dominators, yeah.
And I looked them up and they're yellow and they have that circle on them, and they have no lips.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it looks really good.
It looks
it's
good.
Legit.
Yeah. And I think the yellow might have been too much as far as like an unrealistic-y kind of looking thing. I think they match it as well as they could.
Yeah, and they even call them the little green... Oh, what? Are those the little yellow aliens coming to attack you whenever they first introduced them?
Not yellow.
That was hit.
I mean, not little.
No,
not little at
all.
Think about CW this season and their budget. Yeah. Like, I read a report that the CW shows make $1 billion annually now.
Really?
And I think they realized that, hey, we got something here. People aren't happy with the DCU right now. Just throw money at this thing. And look at what we're getting.
This is good.
The Wave Rider saved a drop ship from an alien species that sent TIE fighters to attack it. Like, you don't shoot that. When you're writing the script, there's no, like, okay, we'll get this as a foreground element. And, you know, it's like, no. Trust that they'll just look good.
Yeah, right? It's been awesome.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying it. And also with this, like, we get more character development in the movies.
Yeah.
And not every episode has to have a huge budget.
Yeah.
You just have to have a good story and spend time with your characters and develop them.
If this was a movie, this would be between hour 2 and 3.
Yeah.
You know,
I think the issue right now with the DCEU is that they're just rushing it too much.
I agree. But I mean, I'll still wait. You know, I enjoyed BVS for what it was.
Yeah.
I also enjoyed my thought of how it could have been better, but I don't know shit. They're professionals. Suicide Squad suffered from some editing problems, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
Wonder Woman looks great. Justice League looks amazing. I'll watch anything that has fucking Khal Drogo in it as Aquaman. I know they're making a movie for him. And
What? I had no idea.
Yeah. And they're making a Batman movie with Ben Affleck versus Deathstroke, and it's gonna be that guy from. Who's that one guy? No. Yeah. Who's the guy from True Blood, the werewolf?
I don't know that one.
Real sexy guy.
Only person I know from that is Deborah Ann Wall.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, from Daredevil.
Yeah, I know she's in True Blood.
She is.
I've only seen her scenes.
I'm sure you have. Moving on. I have no idea what you're talking about. Let's go to Q&A. We'll start with Tone. Of those missing from the live cameos, who would you have liked to have seen? Tommy, Roy, Walter, Slade, or Shadow? Slade.
Shadow?
Shadow would have been good.
That would have been cool. I didn't even think about that.
Remember the original Green Arrow, her father?
Yeah.
I
don't know what Shadow would have added to it though.
I don't know.
Merlin I could see adding a good bit. Roy
Tommy,
maybe even too, because if Thea's relationship with him and stuff.
I even said that I wanted to see Roy whenever Diggle jumped down. I'm like, yes, it's Roy, for my own personal reasons.
You know how I knew it wasn't? He didn't flip.
Yeah,
Roy always flipped.
Roy always flips.
Angel Kitty said was too many feels here. I came to watch some alien butt kicking, not get attacked by onion ninjas.
I know, right?
Yeah, they got Melanie too.
That was horrible. Now I was trying to glitter all over my hands.
I was trying to put my onion barriers, but
Jeffrey Baruwek, maybe. Jeffrey said, these Dominator aliens are more incompetent than the aliens on Falling Skies. Also, Ragman did nothing. Ragman kind of didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything, no. He was just around. Well, neither did Curtis. They were running around together just watching
they
the
had
real...
some cool lines.
I think they were mainly just... I picture they were in that room just watching Flash and Supergirl fight. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd be Superman and still be watching that. The Dominators, aliens, I mean, it's not the greatest plan in the world.
To what? What did you what'd you say?
The Dominator aliens are more incompetent than the aliens from another show.
Oh, okay. I thought you read another sentence.
No.
What'd you say?
He's calling them incompetent. It's not the greatest plan in the world. You could just keep them tied up and torture them or something.
I don't know, maybe, yeah.
Like alien chains they can't break out of because they don't have any powers.
Probe.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they could have...
you know.
But maybe,
Rather than put them in the Matrix.
Maybe then they would be blocking their consciousness somehow.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they could fight it somehow if they weren't just,
yeah, I guess.
subdued by emotions.
Or, if you need to, capture humans to be able to, test or do something, or... what specifically about them do they need?
I don't know, just whatever intel they had, I guess. I mean, Diggle knows about Argus some and stuff, right?
That's
in
true.
military. Arrow knows Flash and his weaknesses, and probably knows Supergirl's weaknesses.
The Dominators go to the island, and they get, the magical properties of the island.
Maybe, yeah. You know, he knows... I mean, they
have to show up and stop him?
Yeah, Sarah, she knows about the League of Assassins and about Legends of Tomorrow and weaknesses there, probably, I'm sure. Thea was probably the weakest link out of anyone there. Ray knows tech.
True.
I don't know. It was a neat group. Matt Ackerman said, in your opinion, which is the saddest episode? This one, 11:59, or The Runaway Dinosaur?
11:59 was the death of Laurel.
Runaway Dinosaur was Barry back in the Speed Force, telling his mom, and his mom was like, run, Barry.
For me, it wasn't necessarily sad, The Runaway Dinosaur, but it was the most emotional, because that was right, when my mom was getting sick, and whenever, she was there, and he was Iris was reaching out, and he looks back, and she's like, run, Barry, run. I'm like, fuck yeah, run, you sweet, sweet boy. That one for me was the most emotional. Sad-wise, it's definitely Laurel.
Yeah, I might go with Laurel as well.
I have to go with Runaway Dinosaur.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's he said, the whole mom perspective. Man, I bawled. I went through a whole box of tissues with that one.
But see, I think for me, the 11:59, because it was someone that Oliver cared for as far as a romantic interest, but then also Lance coming in, that just hit me so hard, losing his daughter and stuff.
Yeah,
and I was
that was rough.
So this one here, took me back to those, but I think that is what hit me more. And frickin', I forget his real name, but Captain Lance does such a good job. I love that actor.
Like that was like I was sad and angry.
Yeah.
This one I was sad and weirdly happy.
Yeah.
You know? Which was strange. Okay, Steve says, cool throwbacks, but it just felt off to bring back Deathstroke, but not Manu Bennett. It felt empty. I wouldn't say it felt empty. I definitely had the reaction of seeing Deathstroke. Yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, I could see, like, I'm going to see Darth Vader in Rogue One, probably. And yeah, it'll be James Earl Jones' voice.
Yeah.
But it's not like, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing Episode 4 Vader again. No, it's different. You know, it's not the same actor. You know, even if he doesn't take off his mask and I see Anakin Skywalker under there, I still believe it's Darth Vader. I still believe that as Deathstroke. I just would have wanted to hear you know, easy kid.
Yeah, I get you. The voice.
Yeah.
I think the voice is what usually makes it, you know?
Yeah.
Neil said, with this being the 100th episode, which character was your favorite cameo? I'm betting we're all going to have the same one.
Favorite cameo?
Mm-hmm. Like, who's your favorite person that came back and had a cameo?
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Laurel. Eric didn't say anything.
Well, I wasn't sure where we were going with it, and I wanted to be part of the group. I should have went, ah!
Like, yeah, Roy Laurel.
Probably Laurel.
You're like...
You know what? There's something weird about seeing his dad again for me that kind of got to me. Because, I mean, we had Moria, and she had problems, and she tried to kill the city and then chose not to, and all that, but, like, the dad, he got involved with these shady people. He realized what was happening. He made a list of the people that were involved. He got on this boat. They sabotaged the boat, and then he killed, for his son, like, one of the shipmates and himself. And then, like he had a choice, like, my son or me, or my life or my son, or whatever, and he chose that way. And then, all these years later, Oliver had to make a similar choice.
Yeah. Well, also, not only did he, like, choose his son to save, he also gave his son, like, that list of everybody.
Yeah.
You know?
But, man, do I want Laurel Lance to come back, and I want a Green Canary relationship. I really do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Felicity. Love her to death. But I don't know. I feel like Felicity is over. Like, why was she on that stair as a ghost?
I don't know.
It
was Moira and the dad and Tommy and Roy.
Everybody that's gone.
Roy didn't need to really be there either. Felicity didn't need to be there really either. But maybe it's like him having to let go of things. It's probably things he's had to let go of.
Yeah.
Like, he's had to let go of Felicity in order to make things work better. He's had to let go of Roy because that's what had to happen. And then the other ones died, he had to let go of them. They're all things he's had to let go and lose.
We could be overthinking it, and it was a very significant scene with everybody from Arrow pretty much, and Felicity just is not there. It's like, well, we can't have this awesome scene and not Felicity, right? Make her a ghost. But sir, wouldn't that... Make her a ghost!
Also,
get some!
At the same time, get some! They had, at the same time, they had, like, the little lines of dialogue from different ones.
Yeah.
Like, pushing him and trying to get him to where he is now. Like, those are all of them are important people that have been in his past that have made him where he is now.
Really reminded me of the last Harry Potter book where Harry's walking to the forest to be killed by Voldemort to save everybody. And, like, the spirits of his parents and Lupin and Sirius Black come and encourage him and say, you're doing the right thing and we love you so much. You know, it's like that.
Just like it.
Another tearful moment.
Yeah.
Jared said, of the 100 episodes of Arrow, which is your favorite? Mine is The Promise, with Ollie and Slade meeting in the present.
I like season 2 finale when, like, the League shows up and fighting Mikuru, so cool. And then Oliver's Deathstroke. But this one was pretty amazing as well. Anything James Banford.
Yeah.
Like, the fight between Thea and Diggle's brother in the elevator was pretty fucking epic.
I know. I might have to go with the finale of season 2.
Yeah.
Because, like, that whole moment, like, the cops... Because, like, before, like, he was just a vigilante in the hood. And that was, like, one of the times where the cops and Lance and everyone was working with Arrow and the Team Arrow and stuff. And, the League of Assassins coming in and helping. And that was so cool. Yeah. That was a very cool moment. Yeah. As far as, like, action and stuff goes, which... I love action in Arrow.
Yeah.
You know?
Speaking of, best moment of this episode might be... her throwing the arrow, Sarah catching it, and then stab.
And that was all one shot, too.
She didn't throw it, she shot it.
Yeah, she shot the arrow.
Like, Malcolm used to catch arrows all the time, but this time Sarah did.
And then she threw her, awesome. Then Thea threw the bow over to
Oliver.
And,
Oh, and then I wept.
Yeah, the fighting was awesome.
Jonah says, I am loving the return of themes in this. I really love the theme for Supergirl, for Flash, for Arrow, for Legends of Tomorrow. Sounds Justice League-like. Like all the musical themes. Like I noticed a couple of times Flash and Supergirl theme kind of wove in and out of each other.
Oh, and they sounded so good.
Yeah. Blake Neely, man.
The one music I really noticed was whenever she's like, what did Sarah say? She's like, you think you get in trouble, I'll assassinate you? Or
Yeah.
She made that comment, and then like it just had like a little trill from like the League of Assassins kind of music. Just,
yep.
I liked it. From Lover of Sashimi.
Sashimi?
Yeah. If you woke up and saw your what if life or Flashpoint life, how would you react to it? Here, let's set a few examples. What if Aaron and Melanie never met? Or Eric and Shane never became friends? Or what if Eric decided not to become a creative director, or you decided not to create a YouTube channel? How would you react to something like that?
And then I'm aware of my real life.
I mean, we'd have to become aware of it, right? Because if we weren't aware of it, then we'd just be like, it's life.
Yeah.
Who am I married to instead?
Katie Hasty.
Put that out. That was my old like high school crush.
Oh,
and,
I
like,
get you. Okay.
Like second grade crush and
So
stuff. Like
Aaron's married to Felicity.
I don't know if I can imagine anyone. Yeah. See, like that's what I'm thinking. Like it'd be like Scarlett Johansson and Felicity or something like that. I'm somehow in Hollywood or Canada.
I wouldn't be married. I'd be like working my life away.
Yeah, you probably would.
Yeah, I'd be graduated from med school.
I really don't know. I really don't know how I would react to it.
Don't cut that out.
Okay. If we can hear it, I'll do that. I don't know. Like, I kind of really like my life right now. Like, we had to work really hard, but we're getting to the point where, like, we can do YouTube, like, full time, and it's work all the time, but it's us, and it's fun. I'd probably come back to my real life. Other than, like, you know, stuff going on with, like, family, or, I mean, I like living by myself. I like having, like, all the freedom in the world. I like being able to, like, work from home now and talk about awesome shows and be able to, like, the creative director stuff, you know. I like to be able to edit and do effects and direct and come up with stories. So there's really no fake version of my life that I probably would prefer, unless it was, like lose, like, 25 pounds or something.
Yeah, right.
So I can wear that Zoom jacket a little better. Which I can just do right now.
I was going to say, you can do it not any lifestyle.
Yeah. I don't know how I would react to it. I'm not sure. I think it would depend on how different it was.
Yeah.
Like, if I had a life where, like, everyone's just dead, I'm just sad. And I'm just like...
How would you react?
Then, like, I realize what's going on. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What is this place?
I think specifically she wanted to know, how would you live without Shane as your friend?
Shane got me through a lot of stuff in my life, so I would be definitely worse off if Shane was ever my friend. My sense of humor wouldn't be the same.
Well,
certainly.
Without, like, you, me, and Shane meeting somehow, I don't know that we'd have our YouTube
There'd be no
channel.
blind wave.
Yeah.
I never would have came and talked to you.
Right?
I don't do that.
Yeah.
Shane talks to everybody.
That's how Shane rubbed
Right?
into the whole
Yeah.
thing. And
hey,
then,
you're coming over to my house to play Smash.
Yeah.
Who are
Right now.
you?
Right?
Well, I said the first time I remember Shane was because he was talking about Mass Effect.
Yeah.
But when he was talking about it, I thought he was talking about KOTOR. I was like, hey, you want Star Wars: The Old Republic? He's like, no, no, Mass Effect. But that's a good game, too.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, it is. And I left. But then we met later on and started talking more.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, like, without, like, you guys doing lightsaber fights and then me joining in with you guys and then us doing that.
If I had a better cameraman, we would not have been friends. Because I needed to be the cameraman, and I need someone just as good as I am to be the other person
To be
in
in the
rivals.
fighting and stuff?
I'm like, well, Aaron's pretty good. That wouldn't have happened. So, Flashpoint.
Jared Jeagle said, were you guys disappointed in the fact that Manu Bennett didn't get screen time while both Malcolm and Dark did? We kind of talked about that already, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, Malcolm, he's always been not a season regular, but this is like the first time we've seen him this season, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
We haven't seen him the whole season. But Dark has at least been on Legends, so that makes sense to have him over.
Yeah. He's still with CW doing stuff, so yeah.
I mean, this is, you know, kind of a peek behind the curtains, but we know that Manu Bennett, we know that he had some problems with how they ended his character on the show.
Well, yeah, the last time they showed him.
And he kind of had some problems with that, and they kind of, like, ended their relationship, you know, between the show and him. And I'd heard that they were, like, trying to, like...
I hope they do.
Bring that back, because he is technically just still on the island, right?
Yeah, he's just down there. Isn't
in the prison.
Boomerang down there, too?
Yeah.
It's just him and Captain Boomerang down there.
Just hanging out down there.
Yeah, that'd be suck.
Reverse Flash and Damien Dark need to go and raid that place.
Yeah. I don't even know how I'd answer this question. Melee Hellbot, if this wasn't the 100th Arrow of episode, what would you have done if you were in charge of the episode crossover?
I mean, I would have just made the alien versus heroes plot a little more complicated in terms of what they needed to stop. But I would, if they'd said, like, well, you could have done this, I would have been like, well, I was stupid. I don't know why I didn't do that.
Yeah, right? This is awesome. I love
this
it.
was...
Yeah.
And before, I remember talking, like, the 100th episode is their crossover episode? That's so weird. Like,
yeah.
I don't know why they would do that. It sounds odd.
I'm glad they did.
It made sense because it also brought in the Legends people that were originally Arrow. Mm-hmm. And it gave us, like... How else are you going to have these random flashbacks where they're all fighting and having to be so emotional of, like, we have to let this go, Thea?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how else would you do that, you know? Like,
and not only that, what would you flashback to show what's going on Earth?
On Earth, yeah. Colt asked, man, where's Tommy? Is he still Prometheus? And there was a point in there where Malcolm was talking about Tommy and why he's not at the wedding. He said he's in Chicago and he's a doctor. And I'm very certain that actor, he's on another show called Chicago MD or Med or something like that.
That's funny.
So that's
I like that.
That's funny.
Snickerdoodle said, why do the aliens have human clothes? And why did they change them from their costumes? Did the aliens see them naked?
Of course
Absolutely they did.
They had to probe them some.
I mean, they saw John Diggle and they're like, I'm seeing this guy naked.
They should have abducted.
Why do they have human clothes and they don't wear clothes themselves?
I don't know. Where'd they get them? Maybe they have a thing like Gideon, like they made it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, they've had many other humans on there before. So.
That's true. They have abducted people before, they said, right? Back in the 50s or whatever.
But that means that the aliens have their stuff, because they said that, well, we can make you new clothes and weapons here.
Yeah, so they have their costume and their bows and their Atom suit?
Like, what about, like, the...
He was wearing the Atom suit.
Yeah, the Atom suit, Diggle's mask, like, can they redo that?
I mean, Cisco said about making a new one, but he said about maybe after the alien threat.
They also have so much Dwarf Star alloy stuff now, you can make, 20 suits?
Probably could.
Dude, what if they all got, like, revamped stuff?
Ooh.
Like, what if Oliver got, like, a new suit that had, like, Dwarf Star alloy fiber in it, and now he can get shot with bullets and shit?
This would be cool.
Like he can handle Damien Dark Blast and stuff now.
I like where you're going.
Yeah, let's do that. And it's a little more green. And not like a green filter they put on after. They haven't done that all this season.
No, which is good.
Yeah.
I like that they have not done that. Tommy has been in Chicago PD, Chicago Med, and Chicago Fire as a Dr. Connor Rhodes.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, he's been in 2 episodes of 2016. So yeah, he's in Chicago being a doctor.
Because one of my tinfoil theories was that Prometheus was a Flashpoint Tommy. I don't know now. But I remember being like, what is that guy even doing right now? He's not doing anything. I'm like, oh, he's been doing a lot. I feel bad.
With that, could it be a misdirect of them mentioning it here? So you're like, oh, well, if they're gonna talk about him, there's no way he's Prometheus, or are they? Is there no way it's Tommy?
Huh?
You know what I mean?
We can't fall into this. Is it? It's got to be the obvious.
Okay, no,
answer.
yeah, you're right. It's Billy.
Billy Malone.
It's Billy. If Flash is gonna do it, Arrow's gonna do it.
It's got to be the obvious answer.
It's Billy.
I hate the obvious answer.
But I mean, if we're gonna get shit like this, though, do obvious. It's fine. That's fine. I don't got anything else. Anything else?
That's all I saw for everything. Poll. You guys can find the poll at patreon.com/blindwave. There'll be a button at the end of the video.
Yes.
But the poll for the week is gonna be, for this episode, who did they not have that you would have liked to have had back? We had Slade Wilson, Walter, Roy, Tommy.
Shadow.
Yeah, those 5.
So who would you wanted back? I think we kind of answered this earlier on our Q&As. I would have loved Slade.
Roy.
Damn it, I hate agreeing with Aaron, but Slade. So go to patreon.com. You can find the poll there.
Yes. Or if there's someone we're forgetting, make sure you guys leave a comment on the Patreon.
You can do that as well.
Comment.
Don't do that.
For that, I think we're done.
What are you doing? That went up pretty high. Thank you guys for checking out this video. If you want to see more, you can hit the subscribe button. The Patreon button is right over there. And what's that sound? Turn it, Aaron!
I always see my